Hello, hello, and welcome on into another episode of the Digital Quill Podcast with your host, Mars Wilson. This is the Digital Quill, where we talk about everything under the sun from esoteric nonsense to daily discussions, video gaming and entertainment, to pretty much anything. We like to have a variety of guests on, anywhere from, artists and creators to business owners and everything under the sun. Today, after a week-long sabbatical, my apologies about that, everyone, I needed that time. I kind of needed that time to myself, the time where I wasn't focusing on anything other than the bare necessities. I like to do that every now and again because I don't really like finding too much time to rest or relax. I'm not really the kind of person who has downtime, if that makes sense. A moment to not think, not do, not anything other again than the bare necessities. What do I have in store for us today? Well, we're just going to kind of swing back into things. After a week-long sabbatical and having our first in-person guest set up like we did last week. Did you guys catch Saturday's subjects, by the way? If you didn't, I recommend going and checking out that episode. It's about 2.5 hours long. Not our longest guest episode yet, but it's a pretty long one, and I think it's a pretty decent conversation. Certainly beats me talking by myself all the time. What else do we have other than updates? Oh, I don't know. Goals over resolutions. That's a thing. That's a thing we've done before. It's a thing we're going to keep doing because it's provided results. And we wouldn't be here right now. Imagine that. We would not be here right now if it wasn't for me creating goals over resolutions. And we might talk a little bit more about that. Or we won't. Who knows? Who knows other than you by the end of this episode? And me, too. Where to begin? See, when I give ourselves a bit of a pause, I'm kind of hoping that you'll take the advice of past episodes and breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, in and out, holding to the count of 4, just for a little bit. Why? Because listening to a person with ADHD, who's all over the place, who can hardly ever keep their mind conversations in one single line. If you've been here, I jump from topic to topic like a golden retriever puppy. Sometimes I have no energy, and I'm like a black cat thing. I don't know. It's a weird trend on the internet that I learned through TikTok. Black cat or golden retriever energy, which one are you? I think I'm both. I don't think I fit into a nice little box on any level, on any subject, and anywhere, unfortunately. But that's why I prepare you. Breathe. Let it out. Let it in. Relax. Close your eyes a bit, unless you're driving. Do not close your while driving and listening to this show. My God. Which is kind of a goal thing I want to talk about. I have plenty of goals ready and raring to go. Do you? And what are your goals? Would you rather listen to more podcasts on your daily commute over music? Listen to a mixture of both? Both is possible. You can break up podcasts because podcasts, like songs and like TV shows, have a resume episode or resume here or continue where you left off. So length shouldn't be too bothersome, no? I have some new formats coming out. both to the podcast, to the Let's Plays, to a lot of different things. I can't quite name in all the ways that I'll be changing and adjusting things, other than if things start to look different again, even though there's been a little bit of a format here, a little bit of a format there, it's because I'm always adjusting things. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you don't like change. I also sometimes don't like change, but change is also a good thing. Like, that's something I've kept reminding myself. Like, change can be good. It can be a good thing, especially when what you're not changing is hurting you. Does that sound familiar? Does it maybe sound familiar that change, or what you're not changing, might be hurting you just a little bit? Well, I might have a story for that. I used to be, even with all the trauma and the experiences from early age, I used to be one of those happy kids, wanting to talk to everybody, wanting to do everything. And somewhere along the way, I lost that. I lost my ability to feel joy. I lost my ability to feel happiness. I lost my ability to feel love for anything. And then came the inability to do anything that I loved. I couldn't write anymore. I couldn't read anymore. I couldn't speak, really. I had no voice. And it's funny, in a way. For so long, I thought I had to change the outside world. Change things outside of myself in order to have those things again. The joy, the love, the spark of energy, the fire, the passion, any of it. So I was waiting. And instead of saying yes to anything, instead of saying yes to things that might serve that joy or that creativity or that passion or that love, I found myself saying no until the right opportunity came along. Maybe next time. There's always going to be those things. Oh, another time. They'll keep asking. No, they won't. That is the harsh reality of things, is sometimes people will stop asking. Sometimes opportunities will stop coming. That motivational poster you might have seen growing up, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. It's true. It really is true. And maybe that's something people need to experience. And maybe there are things in life that people just need to experience. Telling them through your experiences isn't always going to help. But if you do not share your experiences and kind of carve out, this is what happened to me, and this is the scenario in which it happened. It's like letting people travel completely in blindness. You may not get this right away, but change is a good thing. It is. When you're the one changing things in your world. Try it in small doses, small little habits. Takes about 21 days, I believe, if not a little longer, to start to build the discipline for that habit, try it out for 21 days, 4 weeks. Actually, I think that's 3 weeks. 7 days is 1, 14, 21. Interesting. That's actually 14, 8, 21, yeah. I'm not great at math. Don't judge me. I try. In my goals over resolutions, instead of just focusing on self and work and world, I'm actually going to be breaking those categories down into like 4 or 5 major categories with little extras inside of them. Because the problem with self and work is this. A lot of them tie into each other. So when it comes to having goals for your community, well, I'm trying to build a community. And other things. So it's like part of it is like part of the other categories of goals. The other, let's see, thinking. I love it when my brain does this. Thank you so much, Noggin, for nogging me around. I lost it. Maybe it'll come to me eventually. Maybe it won't. Who knows? I am currently tired, and as I said in the before show, I don't really want to record today. But I told myself last week, I'm like, all right, your guests postponed and rescheduled. You actually get to have a week off to yourself, finally. Use it. Use it to relax and compartmentalize and write things down and just bare minimal things. But the problem with me doing bare minimal things is it eats away at my energy, because the way to explain this isn't going to come out in a way that I think it'll get across. So bear with me on that. But if I'm not doing things that are high energy, my energy will start to sink. So I need to get back into the flow of doing high energy things again, which means high, and then that, oh, you know what? I know it'll help a little. So, it's actually interesting how last week panned out. Kind of happy with the way that it turned out, because I'm like looking back and I'm like, in the middle of the week as it was happening, I was sitting there like, man, I should probably do something more important than what I'm doing right now. And instinct was like, no. I kept trying to like force myself into it, and my flow and instinct were like, no, shh. And I'm like, I did really judging myself, because I don't like resting. I really don't. It's part of that weird fear human response where it's like, you should be working. You should be working. No, I shouldn't. Not all the time, 24/7, until my brain is seething out of my ears. It's like that weird fear response, that weird brain human response when, like, don't worry about it. It's part of the human development and the human condition. It's all irrelevant unless it's relevant. If you know, you know. But yeah, there was some guilt there, and I'm like trying to address it and work through it. And I'm like, technically, even really working through guilt right now isn't something I had on the agenda. And I was sitting there acknowledging the lack of rest, like the drive, the motive, like the mindset of like the guilt and stuff and where it was coming from. And I'm like, I put so much effort into things that I deserve to allow myself the time to rest and like think and allow that structured time to like just be, because not that I'm not being, but with ADHD and the hyperfocus and the autism and the anxiety that just is existence, because that's just how body is wired and brain is wired, and that's like not just how it's wired, but like it happens. It doesn't not exist, and you have to work on that or work through that. And I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly. Feels like I'm over justifying it to myself again, but at the same time, hi, I'm Mars with the Digital Quill, and this is a human who does human things. Everything I do here, for content-wise or otherwise, isn't me trying to put on a mask or a face or a show. I mean, yes, a show, because I do want to entertain you, that's part of time, but like, I don't want to be a character. Sometimes when I feel like I have to be one, I want to take a step back and adjust that, or not adjust, but address. That's like the theme right now. Address, conversate, push through, work on. Anyway, that's it. Like, that's why you get my brain thoughts in my brain thought format. It's a lot more organized up here than it is coming through here. My apologies. But at the same time, you're welcome. It's entertaining. Be amused. No, I'm kidding. Do whatever you're gonna do. That includes whether or not you will follow and share or like or subscribe or donate your time and effort and energy and stories to the show. There are people who do, and there are people who have, and that's part of like one of the reasons I wanted to take a break, because like so much has like happened since I started this show. So many things have changed since I started this show, and I'm sitting here like, part of my brain is still sitting in March when I started this. The other part, most of the other part, is like in the present, and it's like, now hold up, wait a second. You've talked to who, and I've done what, and what's gonna happen, and what? Now hold up, we're not new to, we're new to this. This is weird. We don't like this, but like really for risk of sounding inept, because I am sometimes. Change is good. Rest is good. Choice is good. If you had asked 20-year-old me, this was 7 years ago, by the way, anything about what's happening right now, she would have laughed you in the face. She's like, people come over for game days? What? You had another year of having people over for a movie night? What? Halloween movie night too, and people brought snacks and it was a good time and people relaxed and chilled? Well, nah. You have a podcast? What? I could never. If the me now went back to the me then would be like, you're joking. I'm being pranked right now. Like, this is false. You are giving me false information. But yeah, hi. This is episode 87 of the Digital Quill Podcast. You are listening to change. A lot of change. And I want to listen to your changes. I want to listen to your stories. First and foremost, thank you to those that email me their stories and with how their days are going and stuff like that. I don't want to name you by name, but you know who you are. The one in particular of which I'm thinking about has messaged me on Twitter X and an email, and knows a lot about crafting and stuff, and I'm hoping will one day want to be on the show, because I want to talk to everybody, and I know language barrier might be a thing. Need to figure out how that would work, because there has to be a way. I am inventive. I do like thinking about solutions to problems, and that sounds like a fun problem to try to solve. Language barriers. How would we do that on the podcast? How would I conversate with someone, say, from Japan or Russia or England or France or Australia? Like, given some of those are English-speaking countries, I mean more like if they have, like, I don't know. My ears and auditory processing might also be an interesting issue that I'll want to, like, have to work on, because my ears. So new things might crop up problem-wise, which means new problems to solve, but new people to talk to. How would I do that? How would I do that? There's a way to do that, I'm sure. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. You know who you are. Thank you for giving me your time and existing. I appreciate you. Then there's the humans who have helped make graphics and help kind of define what it is the Digital Quill's all about. Thank you for strong-arming the Discord community to giving me advice, to your kindness and your love and your appreciation and your words when you... Thank you. I am not always great at taking compliments, because my mind goes one of two ways. It'll either be like, ha ha ha, they're just being nice. They don't mean that. They probably say that to everybody. Or they want something, and I don't know how to give them what they want, because I am a person who likes to be in service, but I'm working on boundaries. They want something. Must give. But they want something. Can't give. That's where my brain goes. It either goes, they want something, can't give, or, they're just being really nice to me. Thank you. The other part my brain goes, I think it's the more silent part, is... That's funny. I could never be those things. Kind, generous, what? I'm using values from the My Little Pony show, because the next thing I want to talk about, since I could probably talk about whatever the heck I'm talking about right now for more nonsense hours, is these. Oh wait, not that. Don't worry about that. Whatever you saw nothing. It's this. We're talking about this now. Why? Because I don't know. I noticed it is a thing that humans on the Unsealed community do in Instagram, where they'll like screenshot their email thingy, show it on their story, tag the Unsealed, and be like, hey everybody, here's the Unsealed, and here's the piece that it qualified for a contest. I don't care that it qualified for a contest. When I see these, my immediate thought is, oh yay, another Zoom meeting, yay! More talking to people who wrote things. But then it remembers the congratulations and contest part, and it's like, oh yeah, judgment. People are gonna tell me good things again. Please don't. Please tell me what I could do better. That'd be better than your piece is so inspiring or insightful. Or what are the parameters used on the Unsealed, actually? Because there are some. Inspired and encouraged. Yeah, that's right. Sigh. So that piece in particular was for the dream that scares you. And I know I've shared it here. I know we have talked about it in this episode. Or not this episode. But in an episode, we have talked about the dear humans of the world and the Digital Quill. I know we've talked about it. I know we've talked about it. There's no way in hell we didn't talk about it. We're going to talk about it. And we're back. Don't worry about the interruption. You're not going to notice that, other than the fact that I just spoke about it. Okay. The Digital Quill Media submitted a contest entry to Dear Dream That Scares Me. Dear people of the world, and the Digital Quill. Dear humans of the world, you are the dream that scares me. And I don't mean that I'm fearful of you. In part, I am, yes. But that fear is overridden by the sheer disposition of joy and love. You see, I died a long time ago. In many ways. I don't mean I am dead and gone. No, no, no. It's much different than that. I'm getting ahead of myself. My personal dreams are easy. Be a writer. Be an author. Be me. I don't even care about making money anymore. I'm disenchanted with it. Even if it helps people. I've been broke all 27 years, and my actions have helped more than my nickels and dimes. I care about you. I grew up in hell. Was conceived in hell. My biological mother was on drugs for 7 months of a pregnancy with me. I never met her. I have siblings I'll never meet. My instinct of sorts was to to skip this part because I keep telling it over and over again, but My biological father violated me for years, in my sleep. My dad was diagnosed with cancer, and the mother who was raising me and cared for me felt like she was possessed in doing so, and hated me for it. A fact that became increasingly more apparent. My dream is you. All of you. I have met monsters, and I have seen the glimpses of the people before them. I have walked with monsters, and have known the people before them. I have fought the monster within, and have barely conquered. My dream is all of you. Your stories, your lessons, your dreams and passions. I want better for all. I want love for all, even those who did me dirty. So many have been through so much, and I am so sorry. I hope you keep fighting the monsters inside. Dear humans of the world, you are the dream that scares me. You scare me because I see you want what I want. Love, peace, calm, connect, create, coexist. Yet divided we are. Hateful we are. Angry we are. We live in a world not designed for us. We all have stories. People of Earth, you are my dream, my biggest hope, and it's quite scary. I want better for you. What that better looks like is for you to decide, I just want to help. I don't know why we can't all just get along. We share this planet. I dreamed that once. I woke up myself. I woke myself up pushing something away from me, saying, why can't we all just get along? You are my dream, dear human. Dear people of the world, the universe I share I'm scared of speaking my voice, but I'll do so anyway. You scare me. But I know my idea is good. I know because I was so hateful and bitter for a spell too. Judgmental and cruel. Why me, I used to think. Well, why not me? What can I do to channel this for the better? So the story changed. And now I only want to walk with the light and love I needed while being brought up in fire and ash. Let's do this together. Let's talk to one another. Dear you, I love you. No matter what you've done or who you are, I love you. A couple of people commented under this. Chris Riddle. Been in a few of the Digital Quill Podcast episodes, or not the Quill, excuse me. Brain, where did you go? Unsealed podcast Zoom episodes? Yeah, okay. Sorry, I was short-circuiting because in thinking about the Zoom and the upcoming Zoom and the now new Zoom that I have to register for, and I haven't done that yet, and then prior Zooms, current podcast, it all blended together because the fact of the matter is I have a few people to email that I keep forgetting to and also not prioritizing enough to do so. My bad. Totally on me, totally my fault, totally my problem. But yeah. Chris Riddle has been on a few of the Zoom meetings with the Unsealed, and their work is really, really good. And it'll be easier to do their letters. do. Yes. I don't usually show off people's letters here. And I'd rather wait to see this one until the Zoom, assuming that we end up in the same show. But I'm taking the spotlight off of me on purpose. This is enough of one. I already barely like this one. That's something I need to work on, personal problem, and putting it on this nice human, who has always been super encouraging in the Zoom meetings that I have been in them. That's why I'm doing that, because this human also submitted to that contest. I don't know who ends up getting into it without being on the show, because that's usually who I know, but vote for this human. I will leave the inside the link in the description. And then Emmy Craig. This human has also been very, very supportive. Yeah. My mouse is having issues. Did you also write a letter to a dream you... Oh? No letters. I could have sworn. Either you don't have... ? You've appeared in my comment section before, though. Several times. I need to do more vetting. Clearly. Because, wow. Hello? Strange. Do you like the image I put? That was taken out. Sorry. Alrighty. Now, to do the difficult thing of going back to... perfect. Solo video. Future topics. Insomnia. Relationships. Specifically in a specific subcategory of human relationships. Traditions and holidays. music and sound. I would like to speak to everybody. Everybody. Every single human. Creators, eccentric folk, dreamers, thinkers, doers, parents, people in systems, any and all of it. I do mean it when I say I want to speak to everyone. I want to be able to learn how to speak to everyone, even if we may not always get along. One conversation. One. Grant me that, because I would love to learn at least a thing or two from you, even if that is, I'm not sure you're my kind of person, but you're knowledgeable and interesting, and this is entertaining. Even if it's that, I don't care. I don't care if that's what you get out of me. Let's just communicate and conversate. And the only way to do something that's normal, conversating and communicating, is to do it in ways that also make you uncomfortable, because there is more growth in being uncomfortable than being comfortable all the time. Nah? See what I'm doing here a little bit? Better yet? No? Okay, cool. That's fine. You can either email me or don't. I'll leave that in the description below as well. Or you can comment that you want to be a guest, and I'll try to get in touch with you. Or, I don't know, maybe you send me a story and you give me explicit permission to share that story. I'm gonna have to create some forums, aren't I? Probably. I have a myriad of other things to get to today. So many of them. And this is probably gonna take a while to upload. Who knows? I'm not the internet. I am a human being who occasionally does human being things. But now that I am back from my week's sabbatical, expect content up the wazoo. You're gonna get sick of me. Or am I gonna get sick of it? We shall see. Until next time, humans of Earth, keep going. Don't stop. Thank you for giving me your time, and I'll see you next time. Bye.